Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Ms. Robin Evans.
Good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I'm very honored to be here today at Florida State University, a place where the future leaders are nurtured and where we can explore how leadership in this ever-evolving world can shape not only our careers, but lives of countless people. First of all, my son-in-law is a graduate of FSU, and he is die hard, die hard. It's all we hear, and this. A little bit about myself. I know you got a little bit of a bio, but I did not originally start out in hospitality in the operations world. I started out as an accountant, a CPA, behind the closed door where no one could see me and I couldn't see anyone else. And I worked my numbers every day, data and analytics, and made the numbers work together and hopefully saw growth and development in those numbers. Unfortunately, my managing director became very ill, and the owner asked me to step in for a little while he recuperated. Unfortunately, my managing director, who was also my mentor, did not recuperate and passed away, and I was asked to stay in the role until they found someone else. Fortunately for me, they never found anyone else, and then began my world of operations and hospitality. It is a journey that I am very blessed to have been on, and it has taught me so much about life and people in general, that we're all human beings, and we all like to be seen, heard, and acknowledged. I'd like to start with a little story. Years ago, as a young manager in that role, and I am the eldest on this panel today, so I have a lot of years behind me. I was determined, and I was a bit nervous to be in this role because it was not something I was familiar with. I was used to being behind that closed door, and now I'm out front. One evening during a busy holiday season, we had a guest who was very visibly upset. Something had gone wrong with the reservation, and they were frustrated. I had two choices. I could either follow the standard operating procedure and explain the policy, or I could listen, truly listen, and find a solution. That night, I chose the latter, to listen. I learned an invaluable lesson that night that I carry with me to this day. Leadership in hospitality isn't about policies. It's about people. It's about connecting, understanding, and making sure that every interaction we have leaves someone feeling valued and cared for. That's the essence of leadership in hospitality. The heart of hospitality leadership is empathy. In an industry that revolves around service, we need to understand that we aren't just running properties and managing operations. We are in the business of creating experiences. Whether it's a guest walking through a lobby or an employee at the time clock, punching in for their shift, each interaction offers an opportunity to show empathy. Think about it. When a guest walks into the hotel, they are often far from home. They are placing their trust into us to provide them with comfort, security, and care. Our employees, too, entrust us with their livelihoods and their well-beings. Leading with empathy means recognizing their humanity, listening to their concerns, and making decisions that respect their needs. But empathy is not passive. It's active and it's transformative. It's what turns a bad experience into a memorable one, an unhappy guest into a loyal advocate, and a disengaged employee into a dedicated team member. One of the most powerful things I've learned as a hospitality leader isn't that leadership is about control. Far from it. It's about empowerment. Hospitality is a team effort. From the front desk to housekeeping, from sales to maintenance, every person plays a pivotal role in the guest experience. As leaders, our job is to empower our teams to make decisions, solve problems, and have ownership of their roles. It's about trust. When you give a team the tools, the resources, and confidence to succeed, you unleash their potential, which could be astronomical, or it could be fabulous. You have to trust. I've seen time and time again how a motivated and empowered team can turn around a struggling property. And in my career, I've had many struggling properties. They haven't all been great. They haven't all been beautiful. They haven't all not needed work. But then I've had some great ones. But all along, I've had great teams. It's not just about better customer service. It's about people feeling that their work has meaning and that they have the autonomy to make a difference. Empowerment creates leaders at every level. The hospitality industry is constantly evolving. New technologies, shifting guest expectations, and global changes like the pandemic have reshaped how we operate. The best leaders, especially in this field, are the ones who never stop learning. We must be willing to adapt, to innovate, and to change the status quo. Make a difference. Make decisions that are difficult decisions, but make the decisions. As leaders, we need to foster a culture of continuous learning, not just for ourselves, but for our teams. In an industry as dynamic as hospitality, staying still is falling behind. Learning should never be negotiable. It should always be available. In my career, I've learned that every mistake is definitely a lesson. Every challenge, an opportunity. Whether it's implementing new technology to streamline operations or rethinking guest services to accommodate changing trends, learning and adapting are non-negotiable for long-term success. Purpose is the North Star of leadership. Our purpose is to serve, to provide comfort, to create memorable experiences, and to make a difference in people's lives, no matter how small. Purpose gives meaning to the day-to-day and transforms work into something greater than a job. As leaders, we must communicate that purpose to our teams. We need to remind them that every interaction matters. Every smile counts. In my world, a smile is part of your uniform every day, just like your name tag, just like your logoed shirt. The smile is part of your uniform. And every effort contributes to something bigger. Purpose-driven leadership is what creates lasting impact. Honestly, as I look around this room and look at future leaders, you are the ones who will redefine what it means to lead. Your challenges will be different, but your opportunities will be greater. The leaders of tomorrow in hospitality will be those who embrace diversity, champion sustainability, and leverage technology, not just to enhance the bottom line, but to enhance the guest experience and to improve the lives of their employees. The future will demand innovation, resilience, and above all, a deep, deep commitment to people. One of my favorite personal philosophies, every day is a gift. Share it. In hospitality, we have the privilege of creating spaces where people come to celebrate, relax, and connect. We are in the business of making people feel welcome, and that is a gift we share every day. As leaders, we need to remember that the impact we have on others, the way we treat our teams, our guests, our communities, is our legacy. Leadership is not just about titles and decisions. It's about the lives we touch along the way. I have made it a personal mission of my own to get to know as many of my team members as I can possibly get to know on a first-name basis. It's important to me to do that. Again, I go back to the top of what I was speaking about. We're all human. We like to be seen, we like to be heard, and we like to be acknowledged. But most of all, we like to know that we matter, that what we are doing matters, that there is something bigger than ourselves. Hospitality allows us to expand on that. We have the opportunity to make someone smile. We have the opportunity to turn someone's world around. We have the opportunity to create a lifelong memory for that individual and or their families. I say that not only for my external guest, but I say that for our internal guest, which is our teams, to make their lives richer, to make them smile, to make them feel good about what they do every day. Leadership is a responsibility. With responsibility and leadership comes power, and we need to choose how we use that power. Will we use it for the good? Will we use it for the betterment? Or do we use it in a way that's probably not the best way to use it? It's a choice that you make every single day. I choose to use it for the betterment. I choose to see the betterment. I choose to see the good. There is nothing greater than to see the light bulb go off when you've been working with someone, training with someone, and hoping that they get it. And the light bulb goes off and they go, I get it. I understand it. I want it. In addition to hospitality, not every person who comes through the doors of your hotel or your corporate offices are going to do that forever. Some of you are students in here, and you'll probably have a couple of positions before you get to where you want to go to. The great thing about that for me is, sure, I'd love to have you forever. But if I can get you for a year or 2 years and teach you the foundation and the basics of what it means to be out in the workforce and to be with people and to engage with people and to enjoy what you're doing. I sat down in an interview once with someone and I said, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he said, well, he was applying for a houseman's position. He said, well, I really would like to work as a fireman. Fantastic. Come work with me for a year. I'll teach you those skills. I'll teach you how to engage with people. I'll teach you organization. I'll teach you critical thinking. By the way, I know the fire marshal. I'll get you the interview. Just come with me on this journey. And this really is a journey. Leadership really is a journey. I've been doing it again for over 30 years. And I didn't start out to be in the people portion of it. I liked my closed door. But as time has gone on, I wouldn't want to be anyplace else than out front and center with them and enjoying all the people that come through the doors from all over the world. Enjoying their stories, hearing about their children, making those lifelong memories, and seeing the team gravitate to that, and knowing that many of those team members will be leaders and are leaders. You don't have to be at the top of the corporate ladder to be a leader. Housekeeping teams, there's that 1 or 2 people who say, let's take charge of this, let's do that, let's make this happen. That's a leader, making decisions, disrupting what the status quo may be to make it happen. That is what I enjoy every single day. I was telling one of the young ladies up here, I fly out this evening to Kansas City. That's what I do now. I travel quite a bit. And I'll be at 2 properties, one in Wichita and one in Kansas City. And I've not been to these 2 properties before. And I'm looking forward to one thing, and that's meeting the team. I want to meet the teams at these properties who make it happen every single day, boots on the ground, and enjoy their presence in the property. I'll leave you with one really short story because it's kind of apropos right now, but Hurricane Michael, Cat 5, on the beach. We didn't get hit that hard. There were some areas, but we didn't get hit that hard. The devastation was around us, including my home at the north end of the county. I don't know if you guys know what this is, but I had H-2Bs, and they're contracted workers from another country working for us, living in our housing. And when they're here, they have no place to go. So hurricane comes through, I have to figure out where to put them so they're safe. Well, in the meantime, I'm getting calls from all the electric companies, all the water companies, all the gas companies, insurance companies, schools, firefighters, police departments, security, insurance. They all need someplace to stay. They've got to get to this area to help people in the outlying areas. You have hotels, Robin. Where can you put us? I don't have any electric. I don't have any water. I don't have anything except the beds. And they said, just give us a clean room. That's all we need, is for our guys to have someplace to lay their head. This team rallied together with no electric, no water, no gas, swept floors, swept carpet, hauled buckets of water up the stairs because there's no elevator, there's no lights. They're cleaning these rooms so these men and women can have places to lay their head after they've been out all day helping other people. And all they would say is, at the end of the day, did I do a good job? Are they going to come? I've got the room ready for them. For those of you who know Panama City Beach, at the far end of Panama City Beach, West End, it gets very dark at night. There's no lights down there. It's mainly residential. And I had one hotel at the end of that corridor, pitch black. 8 o'clock at night. And there was a curfew during that time, if some of you don't know. And I had my little sticker in the window, and I'm driving the beach, making sure all my people got back to their housing. And I see a flashlight in the hotel. And so I go into the hotel, pitch black flashlight. And I've got one young lady in there by the name of Queen. And Queen is in there cleaning the last room so that every person can have a room for the night. It's pitch black. She's hauled water. She's looking at her chemicals with a flashlight. And I'm yelling her name, Queen, Queen, where are you at? Where are you at? I'm in 201, I'm in 201. I go down to 201. What can I help you with? I'm done. It's ready. You can bring them in. That's a team, and that's a leader. She is the future. I was so proud of her that every place that I go, I tell that story. So when they decided to go back, well, they didn't decide, when it was time for them to go back to their country, we get the buses, we take them to the airport, and I get on the bus and I thank each one of them for being there, for helping us, because there were more. And 3 of them grabbed me and put me on the seat and sat on me and said, "You're going with us." And I said, that is all I needed to know, that I'm doing good and I'm doing right by them. And so as you go out into this journey in the world, and you start to take the steps to be where you want to be, remember, it's the people that make the difference. You can have all the money in the world, you can have all the policies in the world, you can have all the procedures, but unless you have the right people in the right places and the right people leading them, you have nothing, because it will fall apart if you don't. And if we don't treat people with respect and humanity, they see right through you. It's not authentic and it's not genuine, and that comes directly from your heart and your soul. So as we go out into the world and lead, go with empathy, go with purpose, go with commitment to making every day a gift for those around you. Thank you so much.